Good morning, children of the light. Second or third day. Oh, it's the third day of the new summer, of the solstice, long days. Sun is out. The sun of love. Love conquers all. And this morning we're going to follow up on an idea of Yogananda's. He said if you don't make God the guest in the summer of your life, he or she or it won't be there in the winter. So the focus we're going to have this morning is how important is this moment, is this breath, is that, motive in our heart, what it is that we really want to get down to and get her done, to make that source a reality. I saw the best bumper sticker. It really wasn't. It was a little riding high up right below the back window of this car, and I come up to a stoplight, and you can, small letters, and it says, if you can read this, or it said, do you follow Jesus as closely as you're following me? I loved it. Yeah, do you follow Jesus this closely? Oh my God, and you had to get up close to read the darn thing. So this morning we're going to see if we can get a little closer to what matters in life. And this is the summer of our lives, literally, but also wherever you're at, whatever age you're at, whatever's going on, let's look at the situation. Let's re-look at where we stand in our relationship with the infinite, with what brings us the most peace, the most success. And Yogananda said the greatest success is when you can be in a state of unbroken peace, and nothing in this world can shatter that peace within you. He said that is the beginning of true success. It's an inside job. And so really this stream and all the streams I do is that, like just drinking some wisdom bliss, the Amrit. Wisdom bliss. Wisdom that if your heart really feels anything, a resonance with, oh my gosh, that's something to take away as a treasure this morning. It really is. Because then the bliss will follow, and the joy and the happiness will follow of this eternal wisdom. It's the causal body of us. It's the cause of us. Is the consciousness of us. And then comes the light and the energy. The consciousness of spirit, the God consciousness causes the light and the energy. Creation comes into the possibility of the material existence. And the light and energy animates the physical. So you'd think that we would just be really, really focused on those principles that are the highest and the wisest and the most in tune with the divine will that we could come up with. So let's make hay along these lines this morning while the sun is shining. And of course in Encinitas we got a marine layer, but it's still shining. There might be a little gloomy kind of outlook, or just the ordinary, just human outlook that you have today, but above it is shining. The light is, and the sun is always out on us. So let's do this little song. Let's make hay while the sun is shining. So why not now get her done? Because baby, there's no tomorrow. And as the Buddha said, your greatest illusion is thinking there is tomorrow. And as Yogananda says, and I may read it, he says, why do you think this outer world is so important when in a second you could be pulled out? Exact quote. I have so many quotes from him today. Just to fill us with that cup. Just fill our cup with wisdom from the Master, direct from the Master. Yeah, so we got 3 soul love warriors this morning here at the Soul. On fire. And before I started the stream, we chanted meditate, we chanted a little Om, and I said, this is how King Arthur started the roundtable discussions with his knights. Well, there are 3 knights of faith here. The knights of faith. And that includes the feminine too. Faith that there is a reality that is unseen, unfelt by most humans, whose consciousness is splattered all over the joint, who's thinking just of this outer world, which is very typical of humans. Don't take it personal. It is just an illusion and a delusion, but you are divine through and through. You are that knight. You are that one who holds the faith that right here, right now, I'm going to get her done. And I'm going to make God the guest in the summer of my life. Do you guys have any guests come over, any kind of things like that? And don't you kind of tidy things up and try to know that the guest is God? That goes way back to the Greeks. That was a principle that was not violated. That if the guests come to the house, that's God. And so, why don't we get closer to God? Like the bumper sticker said, follow Him, the wisdom, really closely. But first, the song. You guys can repeat it after I sing along. So why not now? Get her done. 'Cause baby, there's no tomorrow. Here we go. Everyone sing it home. So why not now? Get her done. 'Cause baby, there's no tomorrow. Just let your wisdom consciousness tell the little you and the mind that's just always trying to figure this. Let your higher self have a chance at making an impact and having an influence over us this morning. So why not now? Get her done. 'Cause baby, there's no tomorrow. So why not now? Get her done. 'Cause baby, there's no tomorrow. Here's the chorus. Simple. We can sing it together. So let's make hay while the sun is shining. Let's make hay while we're feeling okay. Here comes our fourth night. We're Knights of Faith today. Huh? The women are needing the masculine now, baby, to lead the charge, huh? Here we are, guys. So let's make hay while the sun is shining. Let's make hay while we're feeling okay. Let's make hay while the sun is shining. Let's make hay while we're feeling okay. So why not now? We'll just sing together. It's simple. So why not now? Get her done. 'Cause baby, there's no tomorrow. So why not now? Get her done. 'Cause baby, there's no tomorrow. Oh, let's make hay while the sun is shining. Hey, this is what we call a men's group this morning, dude. Huh? I was just saying. Usually the ladies are, packing out in these rooms. But look at this. We're calling ourselves the Knights of Faith. and I started by doing some ohms. And I said, this is how King Arthur started his meetings when he had the knights there. Om, om, So thank you for being here. This is unique. This is not even subtle what's happening with this power circle of these divine love warriors. Woo! So why not now? Get her done. 'Cause baby, there's no tomorrow. So why not now? Get her done. 'Cause baby, there's no tomorrow. Let's make some hay in the summer of our lives. So let's make hay while the sun is shining. Let's make hay while we're feeling okay. Let's make hay while the sun is shining. Let's make hay while we're feeling okay. Let's make hay while the sun is shining. Let's make hay while we're feeling okay. Let's make hay while the sun is shining. Let's make hay while we're feeling okay. Just take a pause, everyone. Close your eyes if it feels comfortable for you. Tune in with God, the whole thing of you, the consciousness, the energy, the thoughts coming in. Just pull back the lens and just see if you sit in that soul seat where you can observe just all the restless activities of being human. The thoughts, the feelings, the energies, the restlessness in the body. And see if you can, in spite of that, without making anything wrong, tune in with the breathing. And let's all inhale a big breath and take a big sip of wisdom. or the wisdom bliss we were talking about. And exhale, let it go. Just let it go. Just like you're dropping dead. Because every breath is the most important thing now. Inhale, receive. I believe in the one breath meditation. With everything you got, receiving that light, receiving that love, and exhale, letting go. Giving your love, surrendering, dying to everything but the truth of you. And then you repeat, see? Inhale, just this breath though. Receiving, receptivity is so huge. Exhale. Yogananda says, if you can be receptive to the truth, I will fill you with my infinite love. Inhale. That's a promise. If you can be receptive, so the inhale, be receptive. And then let the holy ones, let Source fill you up with that infinite love. And don't be shy to give some love back. Surrender back. Inhale. Just let go of being human for just the exhale breath. Open up. Be receptive. Be willing to learn. Exhale. Straight from the source of you. And make a little love pack. And see if you're going to follow Source this summer. And make Source, God, truth, the guest in the summer of your life, so that Source is going to be there in the fall, the twilight, the winter of your life. Make hay while the sun is shining. All right. Thank you for that pause. Everyone open your eyes. How many of you have heard of the book As a Man Thinketh by James Allen? Classic, years ago. Kind of a forerunner of other New Age thoughts and how thoughts create and everything. Check it out. This is an adaptation. I'm just going to start with this idea of that. One devotee of Yogananda's said this quote. It was a zinger to me when I heard it. You know, that wisdom. When I heard it, I wasn't maybe able to even come close to putting it into life, real life, or even maybe really wanting to follow it, or even understanding it. But the quote is, "Change no circumstance of my life, Lord. Change me." Change no circumstance of my life. That's kind of big. It's kind of big. Everyone goes from divorce because they don't like the circumstance. Change no circumstance, though. Okay, you think that maybe you made the wrong choice about something. Or someone else just they're showing their true colors and they ain't pretty to you. Well, then I got to get out of that situation. Rather than change no circumstance. Change me. And it goes on to say, circumstances do not make the man or the woman. They reveal him to himself. Through every step of its earthly pilgrimage, the soul attracts those combinations of conditions which reveal itself, which are the reflections of its own strength and weakness, its own purity and impurity. So we're just getting back whatever it is that we put out over lifetimes that are still the good side and the not so good side. But this kind of this really sums up what I want to say. As a person alters his thoughts towards others, and things, he or she will find that they also alter their relationship toward him. It was Wayne Dyer's classic thought. When you change the way you look at something, that which you look at will change. Also, Wayne Dyer nugget, man. If you change the way you look at something, that which you look at will change. Here's the same thing from a book that was written right before Wayne. As a man or woman alters his or her thoughts towards other people and things, he or she will find that they also alter their relationship towards you. This truth can be proven by any person through systematic introspection. So you want to really get down to the nuts and bolts and make truth practical? Systematic introspection. Let a person radically alter his thoughts, here's the introspection, radically alter your thoughts, and you will be astonished at the rapid transformation it will affect in the conditions of his or her life. So the systematic introspection is to alter your thoughts and give it a shot and see what happens. See what starts to come back to you. Because you are everyone. Who you are is what you're seeing out there. Your vibration is what you're giving off and coming back to you. So it's really just reveals itself to you, the situations in our life. It's showing us where we need to grow, the things we need to change, to alter our thoughts, so that we are, don't have a weak link nights. That's a powerful saying too, and you've all heard it. We're only as strong as our weakest link. You've heard that tons of times, right? But you could be so good and so powerful, or just, getting by pretty good in life. But if there's one weak link, that's really how strong you are. Which may be, because if that breaks, there ain't no change. So we're going to sing another song, but here's the words of Yogananda to support, supplement, reinforce this idea. He says, you don't need the help of anyone or anything else to change yourself. So let's put it in an I, repeat it, then we'll sing it. Because this is the morning to make hay. This guy is going to get married in November. James Powell from Wales. Yes, sir. So we've talked a little bit over the weeks and the months, and we said, this window before you guys make a big commitment, whether it's that or some change in your life, you got to go on a vision quest. You got to shake the cage and just get down to your bottom line, because you don't want to make any big decision unless you're ready to have an altered state of consciousness about anything that's troubling you, worrying you, concerning you about the situation. It's got to be full attunement with Source on any choice that we make, ideally. So, I don't need the help of anyone, guys. 5 nights. I don't need the help of anyone. Repeat it.
I don't need the help of anyone.
Or anything else to change myself. I just change my consciousness.
I just change my consciousness.
Very simply then, all I need to do is think away the thoughts I want to destroy and replace them with constructive ones. This is the key to heaven. And that key is in your hand. Key is in my hands. It's the key to heaven. And that key is in my hands. So when I read stuff like that from Yogananda over the years, and I just say, I gotta make a song, because that's powerful to me, right? So exactly what we just said is a song. I don't need the help of anyone or anyone else to change myself. I don't need the help of anyone or anyone else to change myself. I just change. Baby, just change your consciousness. I just change. Baby, just change your consciousness. Baby, just change your consciousness. And then very simply then, all I need to do, very simply then, all I need to do is think away the thoughts I want to destroy, and replace them with constructive ones. Replace them with constructive ones. I don't need the help of anyone or anything else to change myself. Everyone. I don't need the help of anyone or anything else to change myself. I just change. I just change, just change, just change, just change. Baby, just change my consciousness. I just change, just change, just change, just change. Baby, just change my consciousness. Baby, just change my consciousness. What am I going to do? How am I going to do this? Very simply then, all I need to do is think away. Just think away the thoughts I want to destroy, and replace them with constructive ones. Replace them with constructive ones. Replace them with constructive. Here's the key, guys. Kind of like a little Bible thing, you know. Woo, yeah. This is the key to heaven. This is the key to heaven. This is the key to heaven. And baby, the key is in my hands. Baby, the key is in my hands. This is the key to heaven. This is the key to heaven. This is the key to heaven. And baby, the key is in my hands. Baby, the key is in my hands. Here we go. It's in my hands. 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 Oh, baby, the key is in my hands. Oh, baby, the key is in my hands. It's 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 in my hands. Oh, baby, the key is in my hands. Like you're saying this to your partner, you know, you're saying, I'm not going to change anything about you. I got enough on my hand to change myself. Baby, the key is in my hands. I just change, just change, just change, just change. Baby, I'm gonna change my consciousness. I'm gonna change. Baby, just change my consciousness. Baby, just change my consciousness. I promise you, darling. Promise yourself. Promise yourself, you guys. Yogananda says your consciousness can be everywhere, for thought has no boundaries and you are present in each thought you have. It's like, you know, we're like counterintuitive secret agents of the divine, meaning that we see the physical world, the circumstances, but we go counterintuitive. It's like that movie, It's a Beautiful Life. Guy was in concentration camp with his young daughter, and it was just horror, terrifying. But everything that they did, he would make up some kind of, hey, they're just good guys. They're just kind of messing around. And just filled her with the counter-truth ideas, because thought is what? Everywhere. There's no boundaries, and you are present in each thought. And if you really believe something, your cells don't know if it's just an imagination or the facts. It doesn't know difference. Power of thought. Yogananda says this, keep on, don't ever give up seeking God first, last, and always, until God is yours forever and you know what it is to have the supreme joy and bliss with you every minute of the day. Keep on. Keep on believing in that highest wisdom, knights of faith. Don't let that faith get questioned. Don't let the doubts come in. That's why you have two swords right here. You are the doubt slayers when it comes to anything that's going to question your faith and your resolve to alter something to the better. Right? You just can't let down the drawbridge and let those doubts into your castle of peace. They'll destroy you. That's their job, is to destroy you. No matter how unpleasant your circumstances in this world, says Yogananda, When you discover God, you will see working through you and manifesting in everything. You will see him working through you and manifesting in everything, and you'll be filled with love and joy. No matter how unpleasant, no matter what the circumstances. I know it's hard because we're all numbed out, dumbed out, depressed energy. Don't really have any energy to even consider this or even listen to it. Or you guys all know this to be true, is that when you're vibing worldly, when you're vibing in the worldly stuff and the interest in the outer world, this stuff doesn't mean a damn thing. Truth doesn't mean a thing. Sometimes when I find myself in those lower vibrations and I go to Yogananda's teachings, I look at the stuff, I read it, and it's just like most of the time, thank God, because I've learned over the years to stay high in his consciousness and God consciousness. So now it's like, it just lights me up more than ever. It's like I've never heard it like this way before. But when I'm down, it doesn't mean anything, and that's a scary state. That truth doesn't mean it doesn't register here. Ooh, that's where knights do not allow their hearts to be indifferent like that. Knights of faith, you can't. It's impossible. Because today, as we are, tomorrow is. If you're creeping around today, just kind of, just whatever, the mind, wherever it goes, you don't even know, that's your tomorrow. That's your fall, and that's going to be the winter, and that's going to be you on your deathbed. This is how I make this truth, make truth a guest. Welcome them in. Welcome them in. Go to the market with truth, with source. Do everything with truth. And this most valuable thing is to have a one breath meditation. When you get in your car, when any moment you had standing in line at a stoplight, see if you can have truth mean something to you. And your quest means something to you until it lights you up in one breath. That is the key to heaven, is to have one inhale where you are receiving direct from source, and the exhale where you are either dropping dead to the physical world, dropping dead to your thoughts and feelings, or just dropping into the ocean of that loving presence and giving all your love. One breath. One. And then when you can feel something with one, with a practice of just one, go for 5. Meditation, don't just sit there like a lump on a log. Mind stuff. Start here. Start back. One breath. When you get good, maybe 2 or 3. Put 3 in a row where your heart is actually engaged. And your mind is starting to come into the heart's control rather than out of control. And see if you can put 3 together and then 5. That's how you restart your meditations now. Pretty soon, you're going to feel that presence that Yogananda says will manifest in everything, and you'll be filled with his love and joy. And when you do that, it'll be instant, easy to have a longer meditation. So you want to really feel something now before you have any kind of length in your meditation, because otherwise you're creating a very bad habit and a distaste for your soul's true nature when you're not happy in meditation. All right? Listen, the way to God is through continuous practice of his presence. Every moment of your existence. Continuous practice of the presence, as we are talking about. And by daily deep meditation. When, this is cool, when with the shells of your yearning, it's like we're going to go storm a castle today, guys. We're going to, those balls? With the shells of our yearning, we shall break the ramparts of silence behind which God is hiding. The divine being will be caught within your heart. Shell after shell. One breath. Save your best for one breath. Be your best for one breath. You can do that. You might not be able to do it for 2 breaths, but you can do it for 1 breath, right? That's doable. That's doable, I believe, for any human being on the planet. Any human being. And then you'll break down the ramparts of silence behind which God is hiding, and the divine being will be caught within your heart. What? Inside the heart. Here's some more thoughts. See, what I have, and I just, in cleaning up our house, me and Trish, and I have 3x5 cards like this and 3 metal file drawer folders like this. And I have the big file cabinets of all the services and all the teachings and using his information over the years too. So all I did was reach in the other day and to pull out a few randomly. I have subjects, but I didn't care. I just reached in, and this is what I found, and I realized it just floored me. It just floored me for all those years in the ashram, 25 years. All I did was study his teachings and then let a sentence just, I wrote it down. See, when you study anything, just get the, write it down. And you got to file it where you'll find it, because if you put it somewhere and you can't find it, you'll be frustrated. God, what was that quote? I need it now. I need a little burst. I need some divine intervention here in my heart. And I did that, and I realized that every single thing that master says, and Jim was just saying, he's just reading the autobiography of Yogi right now. The guy who's going to get married in November. Smart man. Wisdom, knight of faith. Woo! But everything Yogananda says is like, cool. Not just some of the time. Or, let's put it this way. What I got from him in distilling, be like the wise ant that distills the sugar from a thought, from a teaching, from a class. Just take the sugar, leave the rest of it alone. Distill it. Take what you are going to have some sweetening with. Maybe that's it too. I just needed to take the things that I needed in my circumstances of life so that I wasn't making the circumstances becoming a victim to my circumstances. I needed a lot of power like this to wake the bejeebies up. So every throne of thought, can you imagine your thought as a throne? A throne, which either the wise enlightened ruler is sitting or the evil one. Every throne of thought must be occupied by God. God is peace. God is love. God is kindness. God is understanding. God is compassion. God is wisdom. You got a lot of choices, Michael. A lot of choices. Much better than the thinking. Than anything you could think. I promise you. One breath and choosing to drink some wisdom bliss from that wisdom is better than all the thinking you can do, even if it was your best thinking. Even best is still stinking thinking. His thoughts are limited. God as kindness, peace, love, understanding, compassion. God is wisdom. This is the only thing I have come to tell you. Avatar. It's the only thing I've come to tell you. Every throne of thought must be occupied by God. Knights? Are we ready for this? Huh? There's very few knights walking around on the planet, or princess warrior goddesses. Very few. Very few. So now it's just like, a few good men and a few good women were being called by God on the planet, to pave the way of consciousness. Consciousness. See, this place has turned into a physical yoga place. This is the consciousness class. Not a lot of people here for that. People to do, things to see, places to go today. Finally, tear the silence with your longing. Tear it. Rip the veil apart. With your longing. See, that's got to be in that breath, Rudy. That longing has to be in that one breath. You can long for one breath. You can long for truth. You've done enough yoga classes. It's all gathering up. It's power. You've been steady as anything. Now, tear the silence. Tear the veil with that longing. With all the concentration of your mind, with all the love of your heart, tear all at the veils of silence again and again. This is cool. As constant churning brings hidden butter out of milk, churn the ether with the ladle of your devotion. and it shall produce God. Huh? Have you ever heard term the ether? The ethers, unseen, invisible. With the ladle of your devotion, and it shall produce God. Wow. Man, we have potential to be in a wonderland of a state of consciousness today like never before. Like never before. So listen, I got some special thoughts from Yogananda right now. None of you probably have heard this about the great yogi, okay? But when I read it, it was one of those things that resonated and might not have resonated with other people. He said the best way to remove your weaknesses. Any interest? Best way. The master's saying the best way. You know, it's like Mercedes saying, coming out with a new model. Those people don't mess around. You know everything is going to be top class. The master speaks. If we can receive, be receptive, you guys are on your way. We are on our way. The best way to remove your weaknesses is not to think about them. Where there's workshops, things, let's go into the dark side. Let's go in there. Let's find out why that shadow is still there. Well, okay, it might be some good results for people along that. Certainly don't want to knock it, but I'm listening to this right now, and it says, do not even think about it. Do not even think about your dark side. Otherwise, you will be overwhelmed. Bring the light in, and you will feel the darkness never was. Bring the light in. Turn towards the light. And that thought is one of my greatest inspirations of my life. And that thought on the throne of his consciousness. Bring in the light, and the darkness never was. Is one of the greatest inspirations of an avatar's life. But then he said this, listen to this. There is no use spending your time detecting your faults or the faults of others. There's no use. And spending your time detecting your faults or the faults of others. Listen to this from the avatar. My faults have been extreme. But my love for God has drowned my faults. That was my saving grace. It is my saving grace to this day. But when I read that, it's easy to get down on yourself, you know, when you're with an environment like I was, where everyone's trying hard to be better. That's a tough environment. Because if you're getting in the blues, you think, screw you guys. You know? Give me a break here. But all I had in my weaknesses of thought and all that, my judgments, was my love for God. Turn to the light. And then Yogananda says, I love him more than anything else. Listen to this. The easiest way to overcome disease, disappointment, and disaster. Anyone interested in the easiest way? Is to be in constant attunement with God. Here we are, every moment, every breath. Throne. Who's occupying the throne? The good guy or the bad guy? The wisdom mind or the sense mind? This is just kind of deep yoga too. So here's what a story one of the senior monks told who was in the presence of Yogananda. A man had an angry habit. Those threw things at people. Master told him to count to 100. It made things worse. Then he told him to visualize pure light, cauterizing the habit after he practiced deep meditation. To use the light and cauterize that bad boy, that darkness inside of him, after he had got deep in meditation, Kriya Yoga. It worked. Told Master the habit was gone. So Master tested him, arranged for some of the other monks to pick a quarrel with him in the park. Master was hidden in the bushes. The man kept calm. He had passed the test of the master. So, you know what? There's a moral to this story. That those circumstances in our life, the Guru's in the bushes looking, has arranged it, prearranged it, bro. Just for you and for me. And who knows, maybe behind a choice that would put us in circumstances that were going to be really difficult. The master's going, whoo, now we can get her done. Now I can see if this is going to be a devotee who's going to be open and receptive or going to get stuck in his own stuff. I just thought that was an awesome idea. Okay, so let's just first turn on the light. Have a little fun little song. First turn on the light. Then we're going to cauterize some circumstance or something that we have a habit, a recurring habit with. We're going to cauterize it, just like Yogananda said he told that guy to do. And remember, the Guru's hiding in the bushes. So, turn on your love light, baby. The darkness will disappear. So if you got a little switch in here, this is a great time to just I'm turning toward the light. I am maybe going to make a little commitment or a big commitment myself. I am all of a sudden today make hay, and I am no longer going to look at my dark qualities. I'm just not going to think about them. I am instead going to turn on the love light. I'm going to turn on the light. Then I have some quotes about, how to keep environment around you that is the light-filled environment. See, this is kind of a process, isn't it? Turn on your love light, baby. The darkness will disappear. So have no fear, the light is here. So have no fear, the light is here. So turn on your love light, baby. Be brave, be calm, and have no qualms. The love light is always on. Be brave, be calm, and have no qualms. Be brave, be calm, and have no qualms. 'Cause the love light is always on. Oh, the love light is always on. Turn on your love light, baby. The darkness will disappear. And have no fear, the love is here. So turn on your love light, baby. Be brave, be calm, and have no qualms. The love light is always on. Be brave, be calm, and have no qualms. 'Cause the love light is always on. The love light is always on. Great visualization, thought. Maybe this can trigger something for you. Just that little ditty of a song. That 1 minute. See how many 1 minutes you can get in today. Really. Catch one when you sit in your car. One breath. I'm saying a minute. That might be a little long. Go for the one breath. It might lead to a minute. Could be a 60 seconds to enlightenment minute. I like that idea. 60 seconds to enlightenment, but it starts with one breath. But see how many, because it's doable, right? You can just inhale, tune into the light, receive the light, be open to receive the light of your soul, and then exhale, just drown. Just be smothered by that light for one breath, guys. I want to hear about this. I want to see how this helps you. Because if we don't take a little action today, in the summer of our life to bring God closer, like I was right up to that guy's bumper sticker. If you can read this, I hope you know that if you're this close, please get that way with Jesus. Are you getting closer to Jesus? I think it said. If you can read this, are you getting closer to Jesus? We need to get closer to our true nature today. There's not tomorrow. There's no tomorrow. Got to get her done today. All right? So think of that one thing that we want to cauterize. That counting to 100 doesn't work. Pulling out the dark side of doesn't work. But running to the light, and the darkness never was there, and the light in the first place works. So let's just do, we love to send love and light, love and light, love and light to our world, we'll say, but find a place within you. Really go for a target within you. You know, laser beam on something that is a habit, that is a tendency, that is a thought, repeated thoughts or something, or just the general, just cauterization of the old you for a brand new rebirth this morning, a great awakening this morning. Why not? There's 5 loyal knights of faith sitting in here. Wow. All right. So, we love to send love and light, love and light, love and light. We love to send love and light to our world. God, that's not a bad idea either, right? We love to send love and light, love and light, love and light. We love to send love and light to our world. We love to send love and light, love and light, love and light. We love to send love and light to our world. We love to send love and light, love and light, love and light. We love to send love and light to our world. Love and light, 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 love and light to our world. We love to send love and light, love and light, love and light. We love to send love and light to our world. We love to send love and light, love and light, love and light. We love to send love and light to our world. Love and light, 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 love and light to our world. These are like these short hits, man. We come in, get her done, and then we're out. Like the SEALs. I'm sure they don't mess around, talk about, whoa, dude, see what we just did? They're in and they're out. They take care of shop and they're out. And that's kind of what we're on the track of this morning. Let's just take care of it today. Look at the things that you are making wrong about your circumstances or anything outside. Look at those thought patterns because they got to get cauterized, man. And then we got to alter the way that we change, the way we change at it. We look at it. So Yogananda says this. This is typical quote from Yogananda too. I hope you guys don't mind all of this deluge from Yogananda, from the voice of Yogananda. I know, now I'm just going to be pulling these things out, carry them in my pocket like I used to do, because I literally have thousands of these beauties, man. Have self-control. Master all your senses. Act with wisdom. Conquer life. Find freedom! Have self-control. Master all your senses. Act with wisdom. Conquer life. Find freedom. The guy never was like, he never was not decided, completely convicted of truth. It's because he felt it, experienced it, he was it. That's what divine consciousness and the power of consciousness will do. Woo! Let me give you a few thoughts here, and we have a self-control. Be always, so this is about really self-control. Watch your environment. He says environment is stronger than willpower. Really watch it. I don't care how strong you think you are. When you get into a mixed group or an environment that ain't humming higher, and you're going to see, he's going to say, always with people who inspire you. It's going to bring you down if you stay in there long enough. So environment. You know, it's like for realtors or real estate agents, location. Environment. Be always with people who inspire you. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. Do not let your resolutions and positive thinking be poisoned by bad company. See, I've had thousands of lifetimes with families, and then I renounced family when I was 24 when I went in the ashram. And you can't renounce the world and then come back, and then I didn't come out to get back into the world. So I just kind of trained myself that if God wants me to have a family, it's next time. But now, because our kids are in, grandkids, and it's awesome to see family taking care of family and everything, it's the same principle. The unselfishness of my wife, when the family is there, is unbelievable. Total thoughtful, across the board. She puts everything else aside. And when you choose family, that's the way you need to be. If you choose God, then the company is keeping company with God and doing for others as you were doing for the family. It's a trade. And then God will say, you don't need to do the family because the family is to help you to be unselfish. So be always with people who inspire you. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. Do not let your resolutions and positive thinking be poisoned by bad company. So that doesn't mean this is black and white, guys, that you do the best you can. You have this inner environment going, and if you're in a family situation, you do follow that wisdom guidance that you have. You do what you're going to do. But I've already set the tone, and everyone knows I'm weird. I'm this monk guy. The kids, go in and out the back door, and I'm sitting there meditating like this. It's what he does. It's what he does. All right? It's not a problem. It's accepted. Because I ain't changing who I am. This lifetime is devoted to go. Bust out of what most humans do every single cotton picking lifetime. I just had to find out what it's like not to. It would have been easy for me to have family. Easy. Wanted to. Until I found Yogananda. And then he blasted me with some other idea. Right? Do not let your resolutions and positive thinking be poisoned by bad company. You guys got to be aware of that. Family or not. Even if you cannot find good company to hang around with, you can find it in meditation. The best company you can have is in the joy of meditation. One breath. Find that company of a joy. One breath. With God completely in the summer of your lives, guys and girls. This is awesome too. Here he goes again. By daily discipline and eternal vigilance, train your mind and body. It's pretty intense being a martial artist. Daily discipline and eternal vigilance, Jim. Train your mind and body to obey instantly your God-identified consciousness. So you receive that breath. You really fully pour yourself into that one breath and give love back, receive love, give it back, lay yourself at the feet of truth, whatever you want. And then now you're going to get a hit of a God-identified consciousness that you want to obey instantly. Instantly. This is just make hay while the sun is shining. Instantly. Isn't that an awesome thought? You do not realize how great is the power of your mind. When your mind and will are attuned to the divine will, truth, you do not even have to move a finger in order to create change in the world, Jim. Not even a little pinky. When you tune your mind and will to divine will. Why? Because the divine law will work for you. Any good businessman would take that. Need any help with all of this, kids? Children of the earth? Need any help with the predicament we're in? The circumstances that we find ourselves in? Okay, why do you think that life is so important when you may be called away in a second? That's a zinger to me. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if it means anything to you. You gotta be careful if it doesn't mean anything. And you might think, well, don't judge me. I think what I want. But better be careful if this stuff doesn't mean anything, because it means that you are numbed out. That truth really doesn't got you. You're still on the outskirts. You're still just addressing the situation, not putting it into training. Remember, you are alone in the world. You came alone and you will leave alone. Finally, for this part, one's ideals, O knights of faith and princess warriors, one's ideals should be lived in behavior, thought, and speech. So believe it or not, Yogananda has this chant. It's, "O my mind, learn self-control. Go not in the house of senses." That's it. Oh my mind. Wait a minute. My mind. I'm trying to get the key, sorry. Giving us a little pep talk on how powerful this mind is, and that we need that constant vigilance of our higher self, giving us some really good advice. Control that mind. Control your senses. My God. All right. We're almost there, kids. Thanks for hanging in this morning. This next section is to express divine power. Kind of a process. Change the way you look at something. Turn to the light. Hang out in great company. The best is meditation. And now express your power. Your value as a human being, says Yogananda, is in exact ratio to the extent that you manifest on the surface of your life the divine power within you. Woo! Your value as a human being is in exact ratio to the extent that you manifest on the surface of your life the divine power that's within you. You are sent to this plane to express the infinite consciously. The infinite is ever new, inexhaustible in its creativeness. Through you it seeks to express a unique phase of itself. And success can only be measured by the extent to which your inner peace and mental control enable you to be happy under all circumstances. That is real success. So I guess we're setting a pretty high bar this morning, a little bit. Or the masters are, or your soul is, truth is setting a high bar. Because if we can even just go a notch up this summer by making God our guest in everything we do, in every breath that we breathe, to keep that joy steady and not blame or go to shame about any situation, maybe alter the way we looked at it. But remember this for this section, you're backed by the power of the universe. You're so fearless. We're so fearless. It's Knights of Faith. We're backed by the power of this universe. We are so fearless. We're backed by the power of this universe. We're so fearless, and we can't do wrong, and we can't do wrong. We're so strong. We are so strong, and we are so loved. We are so loved, and we have no fear, and we have no fear, because we are the power of Spirit, the power of Spirit, the almighty power of Spirit, the almighty power of Spirit. This is who's behind us here, kids, so let's please feel like you're not alone in reaching for this high bar. We're backed by the power of this universe. We are so fearless. We're backed by the power of this universe. We are so fearless. We can't do wrong. We can't do wrong. We're so strong. We are so strong. We're so loved. We are so loved. And we have no fear. No fear. Because we are the power of Spirit. Because we are the power of Spirit. The almighty power. The almighty power of Spirit. So the final step after you feel that power and express yourself, because your value as a human is exact ratio of how much soul power, how much kindness, how much peace, how many moments you're spending with Source today, how you are not blaming and shaming yourself and others. That's your value in direct ratio to how much divine power you are expressing. And this final section is when the perception of Source begins in you. You have no time for useless things. So this is a section, don't waste time. Seek solitude, never give up. Don't waste time. Seek solitude. Solitude's the price of greatness, to be alone with the divine, even if it's for breath. Run to the light. So when the perception begins, when this thing sets off in you more than it ever has, you have no time for useless things. You want to remain by yourself, God in yourself, and you do not waste a precious moment that could rather be spent with Him. Even when such devotees are active, that activity never diminishes their perception of love for God. You're an immortal soul. This is all possible. In my Yogoda school in Ranchi, India, I used to spend all my spare time roaming around the grounds here and there, sitting a while to meditate until my mind was drunk with God. You have a little walk today? Look for little nooks, niches, places that could be a little quiet spot. But if you want it just a street corner, doesn't matter. Just go deep quick. 1, 2, 3 to 5 breaths. And see what happens. God may just give you a hit and you might stay there longer, but don't force it. Get back to one breath where you're totally with God. That is the only way to find Him. And all your spare time, be looking for that one that's hiding behind, that's kind of set up your life situation for you. To remember it in the bushes, hiding in the bushes. You know, and meditate until you are drunk with God. Breathe till you are drunk with God. Don't waste your time. This is the only way to find you. It's the only way to find you after all these many incarnations, okay? So this is a good solstice song. We'll end with this one. It's like, here comes the sun, here comes the sun, here comes our time, here comes the moment, here comes the day, here comes that new me that is just, more decided, more clear, that all I really have is this moment. I need to make a connection in this moment. Dire need. in this. I don't care how busy, how much activity, family, friends, whatever. You have to become really good as divine Navy SEALs or divine secret agents, that you can, in a spot anywhere you are at any time, receive one breath and get a hit, and you're with God. And you're with God. Fills you up, whatever it is you're doing. Then you've altered the circumstance. Then it's no longer a thing that gets your goat, triggers your buttons, pushes your buttons. So let's fly high and we'll end. Thanks for sitting here today, you guys. Really feel your power. Love it. Let's start a men's group. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. The sun, the help, the light, the love. Everything is light. Yogananda says, here, let's give you a little light quote. Just one little light quote. I don't have it, but he said that everything is light. Well, here he says, when you have the consciousness, you live as long as you wish, playing like waves in the infinite ocean of light, and then we all melt into one another by celestial love in the ocean of light. All right. So here comes the light. Here comes the sun. 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 Let's fly high. Let's fly high into the golden light. Let's fly higher and higher. Let's fly high into the golden light. Let's fly high. Let's fly high into the golden light. Let's fly higher and higher. Let's fly high into the golden light. Let's fly high. 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 Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Let's fly, guys. Let's fly high into the golden light. Let's fly higher and higher. Let's fly high into the golden light. Let's fly high. Let's fly high into the golden light. Let's fly higher and higher. Let's fly high into the golden light. Let's fly high. Let's fly high. Let's fly high. Let's fly high. Here it comes, one more round. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Let's fly high into the golden light. Let's fly higher and higher. Let's fly high into the golden light. Let's fly high. Let's fly high into the golden light. Let's fly higher and higher. Let's fly high into the golden light. Let's fly high. Let's fly high. Let's fly high. Let's fly high. Close your eyes. Let's go for this perfected breath, because as soon as we seek the perfection of being one breath with God, that infinite love's going to pour into you lickety-split. So inhale the breath, just this breath. Perfect attunement, focus, concentration, devotion. Exhale, give up the ghost. Bury the hatchet. Give up your mortal dreams. Burn in the sacred fire. Inhale. Let's go for another perfect breath. Be perfectly with sincerity and devotion with God. Exhale. Empty out. Feel the difference. Feel the difference when you do just one breath with everything you have. Inhale in the summer of your life. Inviting that guest in, who is already the guest, who is already the creator of you. Exhale. See everything of everything. And let's fold our hands together, everybody, and just inhale the breath. And let's chant an Om in closing. See if you can ride on that vibration as you leave here and have that 1 minute or one breath meditation in the car before you pull away. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.
Namaste.
Aho.
Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome.